Every day, parents send their kids off to school. And every day, they're trusting that their child is getting the very best education. But who makes sure that happens? Parents understand that teachers have a huge impact on their kids. But what about the principal? Having an effective principal is critical for getting and keeping the best teachers in our classrooms. Put another way, having an effective principal means academic success for our children. Great schools need great leaders. You can't have one without the other. So let's meet Eric, a principal here in North Carolina. Eric loves the complexity of his job, but his job has gotten more complex. Back in 1970, only 18% of jobs in the state required a post-secondary education. So, out of a typical class of 30 kids, 19 would complete high school. And of those 19, only 5 would need to be prepared for college. But things have changed. By 2020, every student will need to graduate from high school, and fully 2/3 will need an education beyond high school. So, unlike 50 years ago, principals like Eric now have to ensure that every teacher is preparing every student to meet their full academic success. But Eric is a natural-born leader, so he enjoys the challenge, which is good when you manage over 50 employees. That's right, Eric is not just the boss of the teachers in his school. He handpicks, supports, and evaluates each employee, from contractors to the cafeteria staff. Think of all the paperwork. And since it's Eric's job to staff the school, that means it's his job to ensure that every student has an equally passionate teacher in every classroom. He must also be familiar with every subject being taught in those classrooms, from math to technology, from English to culinary arts. But that's only one way he ensures the quality of his students' learning environment. Eric is also responsible for his students' well-being and security, an incredibly important task. And Eric is doing these things all while he's serving as the school's voice for the community. He's addressing parents' concerns, working with the PTA, organizing fundraisers, you name it. Eric is the connection between his community and his school. So, given the size, complexity, and importance of his work, Eric should be given the very best preparation, support, and authority he and his colleagues deserve and need to be successful. Which means, of course, this is just Eric's story. It's important to realize that there are over 2,500 other stories unfolding in schools all across North Carolina. That means there are over 2,500 principals with skills and challenges that are as unique as the schools and communities in which they serve. But despite their differences, they're all held to the same extremely important aspirational standards. These are the national standards for school leadership, which are very similar to those North Carolina adopted in 2008. And they seem reasonable. The thing is, they're designed to be distributed amongst a highly effective team. But nowadays, despite increasing demands, principals are attempting to achieve these goals with fewer resources and less help, which means the principal must adopt all of these extra roles. And this is just one example of the critical conversations we must embrace today. So, as we go forward with our discussions, let's think innovatively. First, let's recognize the important role our school leaders play in students' and teachers' lives. Then, let's listen and learn as real principals describe their professional experiences firsthand. Finally, let's reimagine school leadership roles and support systems in a way that empowers our school leaders to be successful, as well as the students they serve. But we need your help, and so do principals like Eric. Reimagining the professional experience of over 2,500 principals won't be easy, but it is achievable. That's why we need you to bring your unique perspective to this discussion today. The only way we can solve this problem is through our creative collaboration together. So, let's get started. Get ready to ignite, inspire, and innovate at the 2017 Education Innovation Lab.